So I want to touch on taking courses, taking classes, taking seminars, and reading books from legitimate sources. The caveat there is legitimate sources because there's a lot of good stuff to read, there's a lot of bad stuff to read, a lot of misinformation. Discernment, that's a different topic. But I'm currently in the process of taking a course with Danny Obabi, and he has a promotion right now. Pay for 2 classes in advance and get $50 off. So that's what I'm currently in the process of as we speak. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience, wonderful information. And I'll definitely put the information on here when I do the editing process of this. So I highly recommend it. Let them know El Conquistador sent you. It's only until December 3rd. I've already taken, I'm in the middle of the laboratorio. Next level is, for me, is the Matanzas part. Super duper useful information. But the meat and potatoes really comes from the lived experience of attending Ocha. As in ceremonies, so you can see proper etiquette, proper protocols, and all the reglas in La Regla de Ocha. Totally agree, okay? We're all in agreement there. But, and it's, I live in a tiny town, okay? I live in the Poconos, okay? It's 2 hours from Philadelphia, 2 hours from anywhere in New York. Connecticut, that's 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours. Newark, that's a big hub. Union City, Newark, that's maybe 1.5 hours from me. And there's people that live in the, like me, live in the middle of nowhere. Some even worse than me, where they live in like friggin' Wyoming, that are 2, 3, 4 hours away. The gas money, the toll, the George Washington Bridge is like $18, I think. I have the Easy Pass to get to Long Island. I visited my family member in Long Island. Man, it was like $18 for the George Washington, and then another $8 to get across some other bridge to get to Long Island. So that's almost $30 right there. $30. The gas it takes to get to these places, to get there and come back, $40 to $50 because gas is like $3.50 or whatever. It's crazy expensive now. So I look at it like this. The time and the money and the effort it takes to attend 50 Ochas in a year in states like Connecticut and whatnot, man, for me, it's just more convenient. Though not as ideal as attending things in person, it is super convenient to be able to still take courses and seminars and read books from legitimate sources and get the information from the comfort of your own home and, like I said, in your own language. So that is why I'm always going to be an advocate for learning from lived experiences. Absolutely. You can never take that away. And that goes with anything. I mean, I can read a book about how to fix cars, but at the end of the day, unless and until you open up the hood of a car and you're actually getting dirty and doing it, it's not going to be the same, learning just the theology as opposed to being practical and actually doing whatever it is that you're studying. Totally get that. But in 2023, sometimes you got to get it where you can, straight up. I have a friend, her circumstances is she doesn't have access to be around oriateas all the time and mayores all the time, just like me. And so I recommended to her, I said, this individual is having a course, and the ball's in your court. You say you want to learn. This is someone that I highly recommend. I recommend Daniel B, and he's a legitimate source of knowledge. And if you live in the middle of nowhere, then this is the next best thing, straight up. And you learn all the theology, all the whys and the hows of why things are done, so that you're not completely lost when you actually do attend a ceremony. But I completely have to acknowledge that there's not going to be anything better than learning from directly en acpon in person. But if that same akpon that is legitimate happens to have a Zoom or some kind of coursework where he teaches the same thing that you would be learning if you were in person, but you live 1,000 miles away, then what's the difference? Some of us live 1,000 miles from our elders. Some of us, like me, don't have elders, period. No godparents. And so you're just out with the wind. You don't got nobody. You don't got nobody to turn to. No place to call home. Some of us work too much. Maybe you do live in close proximity to somebody who can teach you and learn legitimately, but you simply work too much. It's 2023. Gas is crazy high. It seems that everything goes up. The food goes up. The gas goes up. The toll goes up. Everything goes up except for the wages of what people are paid out here. So there's a number of factors of why I would totally recommend to anybody, if you can learn from a legitimate source, whether that legitimate source is in person or that same legitimate source happens to have seminars and courses that are in your language, that are at your pace, and when you're on break at work and you can just turn on your phone and read and watch the videos that are accompanied with the coursework, I'm totally an advocate for that as well, because it's really, really useful and really, really convenient.